Hi, my name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III, and I'm with Disability Resolution PA. We're going to be doing D102 system structure, specifically, what is a HIPAA release? Okay, a HIPAA release document is very simple and very straightforward. They fill out the upper right-hand corner, and then they basically go to the sign and, write your name, print your name section, and fill it out. But the main thing you need to remember for HIPAAs and directive letters is that they do not date them, because they're only good up until the date in which they date them. Okay, so when they write that date on that form, it's only good from any point, pick a point, going back in time, like 1995, 1982, 2005, up to the date when they date it. So if they date it with today's date, it's going to only be good until basically, March, I think 15th today of 2018, which means we can't get records going forward, which means they must not date the directive letters or the HIPAAs. These are the two types of documents that we use to request evidence from other facilities. All right, let's talk about that. What is a HIPAA? A HIPAA is part of a big group of law. It's all about the transferring of evidence or communications and doing it safely, doing it properly. Now, the HIPAA is the old school. The directive letter is the hot new thing. The HIPAA is where you're requesting the documentation in per page form, meaning the pages that are sent to you are like paper pages. It's like this stuff right here, paper. Directive letters, are all about sending it to you digitally. It could be on a CD that you receive, a USB jump stick, or USB jump drive, or USB stick, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Could be on where they email it to us. It could be where we have to go to their website and download it. Basically, they're in digital format. Now, why is this important? It's important because, one's paper, one's digital. HIPAA's paper, directive letter's digital. Think of directive letter D, directive letter digital. HIPAA, just think of paper, or come up with some cute whatever. Bottom line is this. It's important because as these medical facilities become more adept at doing the digital thing, they'll be faster at it. No more copying, printing, mailing, all that crap. But even more so important is because it's a heck of a lot cheaper than buying per page. Per page is $1 per page. It's a lot of money when you're talking about 4,000 pages of medical records. That's $4,000 plus. Okay. When we're talking about digital, they're only allowed to charge by law the cost of the medium they put it on, the cost of a person to obtain the records and put it on the medium, and the shipping of that medium. So like a CD, person put it on the CD and the shipping of that CD. That's all they're allowed to charge, which means, instead of $4,000 for 4,000 pages, we're talking about essentially could be, $30, $40, something like that, probably even less. Okay. Most people just choose to charge a flat rate of $6.50. It's kind of become one of the standards that's out there. Not by law, but it's just, and you'll see when it comes to law, there's the law, and then there's what everybody does. So there's, everybody does it within the law, but it's, we just kind of create our own standards as companies. So what is a HIPAA? It's a health insurance portability, it's a health portability situation where a person is trying to get evidence from one spot to another spot. And what do I mean by that? I mean that we're trying to safely, like a gun comes into the custody of a police officer, and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. By the way, this is my first video of the day, so I'm going to be a little all over the place. So they're trying to figure out what to do with that gun, right? So this detective has to give it to this detective to do tests, and then this detective has to give it to that detective to do tests. Well, throughout that whole process, there's a chain, of basically possession. Who has it? Who doesn't have it? Da-da-da-da-da. And they keep signing it off to the next person. So what that equates to is a situation where, similarly, that's how medical evidence is. If we request it from them, we notify them, they send it to us, we then take possession of it. Now, they retain possession, and they have to for so many years, usually 7 to 10, depending on which state you live in. but they retain possession, and then we will retain possession. And we do. We keep it in our digital vault system, which is that whole CMS system that we've talked about before. So what is a HIPAA release document? It's a document that we use to send out to obtain records. We rarely use HIPAAs now. We mostly solely use directive letters. And I was actually, out of all the attorneys in the United States for the southern portion of the United States, I was pretty much the bell ringer attacker that was going after companies, multi-million and billionaire companies, to make sure that they utilize this, because it saves the firm thousands and thousands and thousands every week. Okay. So that is what a HIPAA release is. D102 system structure, attorney Walter Hnot with Disability Resolution PA. I'll catch up with you a little bit later at the next video.